Fire signs. We're about to do your reading for February 2026. Your pre-read was pretty cool. Feel like you're in your element, starting fires. Not to say that you're an arsonist. That's not what I'm saying. You're not bottled up arsonist. That's not at all what I mean. I feel like you're starting fires in ways that are actually really gorgeous. In order to put out a fire in the field, if there's a field fire, oftentimes they set a second fire that is going to burn into the other one. So they kind of meet in the middle and extinguish one another, right? It's fight fire with fire. It's very Metallica, but at the same time, I don't know why it's coming through this way. It's very Metallica. So, like, if you're gonna lick metal, it just reminds me of like the Christmas story. Okay, yeah, it's unhooking your tongue from the pole so that you're no longer frozen there. Yeah, you're no longer stuck to the pole. Yeah, you don't care. You're like, which pole? Which tongue? Which deep freeze? Was it El Nino, El Nina? We don't remember anyway. It's just cold. That's what we know. It's cold. So like you are successfully the Buddha that finally got outside of the wall. And it's really interesting to me that this came out because I don't know when it came out. I remember seeing these two. I love you, sweet pea, but I'm really trying to do a reading, so you can't be on the table right now. Okay? Thank you. This is the happiness that exists when you just ask the universe for it, right? This is you realizing that that's all you needed to do. You don't need to go licking poles. You don't need to lick the wall. We don't need to lick the bottom of people's shoes or anything like that, right? I'm just kidding about that last part. It's kind of like a sports thing. But it's also this it's being a king. It's knowing that you have to know how to serve even the lowliest of servants, if that's the way you want to phrase it, in your kingdom. It's knowing that as a duke, if you don't know the name of your serf and you just treat them like crap, you're not going to have any alliances. It's being diplomatic. It's knowing how to. Everyone has the right to vent or to have their moments, ups and downs, right? But you don't have to necessarily make it into a contagious thing. It doesn't have to be a dog eat dog world. We're making it that way by doing that kind of thing. So I think, honestly, fire sign, this is where you're starting fires. You're wolfing the wolf. Okay? You know what? If you ever meet the devil, give him a hug. Give him a big ol' hug. Hatred can't really kill you when it doesn't belong to you. People will try to project that, which is the only thing that the devil can do. I'm talking about the devil because I'm pretty sick of listening to people who don't even believe in their own God talk about deities that they don't believe in either. So I'll talk about the devil and maybe we'll throw in some more like what's some more? We'll just pick another animal because I can't think of a wolf spirit at the moment. I can, but I don't really want to talk about Heyoka. So, um, yeah, we'll just talk about Ganesh. If you're gonna say that animals cannot be gods, then I don't think that Ganesh would agree with you. Also, Ganesh has blue skin, which a lot of people just like balk at. What would you do if you were a god? Let's just pretend like we are, since some people do that, right? And I feel like this might be coming through for you, fire signs. Like, I feel your frustration. This could even just be about like somebody who is heading a project that you're working on. You're like, man, I want to work on this like so much faster, but I can't because, and it's okay. It's part of the process, right? But you are as strong as your weakest link. Let that sink in. When you're on a team, because there's either you're by yourself, which is just me, myself, and I, you, yourself, and you, her, herself, and her. Wow factor, right? Or there's a team involved where there's multiple people, a group that's all working in tandem as different cogs in the machine. It's rage against the machine. It's fight fire with fire. So that's basically what you have to do. When you have a wolf pack, you find a bigger pack. Plain and simple. If you're not hearing the prosperity, you got to find some place that you do, because that's what's in at the end of the rainbow, right? Whole bunch of groceries, right? So, and it isn't a bad thing necessarily. It depends on your habits. Nunya. Yeah, sometimes it's just nunya. Sometimes you don't need to know what other people are doing because it would disgust you. In fact, how badly they're dogging you out would probably have you be like, no, I don't even want to be here. But instead, you just unsubscribe from their issues. Be like, oh, we're not doing that. We're just happy all over. We're not doing that. If we were doing that, that would be very wicked, very evil, very not nice, right? We don't do that. So we just leave it, give it to the wolves, throw a dog a bone, and everyone's happy. You know what I'm saying? That's the key to happiness. That's really the only two that you need out of all the ones I just drew. Fire signs, this is your key. This is your fire starter. These two items together equals like a lighter or some type of match, a torch. Okay, if you want to be an Olympian, yes, that's exactly what it is. Mm-hmm. This is a very, very valuable little tool to have, but your happiness depends on yourself, nobody else. So even if other people do things that would typically enrage you or make someone think that you were going to be enraged, just take the information in and then think about it before you have any reaction. Because typically it's not actually as upsetting as you might have originally felt. Sometimes you need to react. And I'm not going to lie that I do feel the need to add my little bit of fire and spark into the situation. There is a color that some people can't see. And I'm not talking about a color that you see with your eyes. I'm talking about like lore. And if you're with it, that means you're a co-conspirator, right? There's this color that some people cannot see. You're either have the story straight or don't, right? But really, the moral of the story is always yourself. You're the only person that you have to live with before and after the incident, whatever that is. Hopefully, it's a very happy, healthy marriage. Eventually, maybe that day's not today, but maybe those days are like putting themselves in order together in a specific way. Okay. And it's so that you can actually sidestep a lot of the headache. You can iron out the kinks, right? And figure out why Ganesh is not. Why is there snakes? Gnostic snakes, but we're not allowed to have Ganesh. And the Gnostic snakes, are they the ones that were in the Garden of Eden? It's like weird questions that happen. What kind of Eden were they doing in the garden then? If they weren't allowed to eat the food, they just were supposed to eat the knowledge. So what are we really surviving off of right now? Right? And why does your brain happen to be the biggest consumer of energy in your entire body? We can posit these questions, but until we kind of deliver the message in the bottle, like I said, there's really no spark idea between this idea of love and adoration for Sparky when he was a puppy, which is also yourself to a certain extent. When you can extend care, concern, and love for an living entity outside of yourself, then you can obviously do so inward as well as for others. Any caretaker could tell you that. You can't train people how to have humanity. That's unfortunately not a trainable skill. It's very sad, but it's true. You can train them how to appear or recite the rhetoric that would match the circumstance appropriate, but true kind of a true mental connoisseur, a true mental connoisseur will consume things on a palette that other people are not necessarily familiar with. And I don't mean literally with their mouth. I'm talking about the same fruit that was on the tree of knowledge. Only the very top tier has fruit in this specific depiction. So we're not talking about meeting with anything fishy or cheesing for the camera. We're not doing anything whiny today. We're just talking about fruit. That's it. It's just the top tier. That's it. It's just the top tier. So, yeah. That's enough about the key. If you're hungry, there it is. Voracious minds, inquiring minds. This is not the Inquisition, however. So, desire, number 30. Cooperation, number 39. And abundance, in reverse. This is fulfillment for 36. I just heard mission complete. Whatever you've done, fire signs, voila. Voila. That was the chef's kiss. Okay. Yeah. Fulfillment is here. That's great going with abundance. I'm not going to lie. In reverse, by the way. So rather than accepting kind of the very much revered path, I feel like you've burnt your own by failing the liability that you otherwise might have shouldered. Maybe you just completely ducked out of something that you were just about to be like, that was your Neo Dodge moment. I don't know if you're driving a Ram, but if you are, good job. Yeah, there's no problems here. Fire sign, you've successfully stoked the fanned the flames of the fire, and you're now cooperating with this. I kind of almost feel like it's like rise up against the system. There's a lot of just machine head going through my mind. Okay, I'm a machine head. I'm barely in the rest. Machine head. This is what I mean by your fire is meeting fire. I don't know how a wolf. Oh, well, I'll keep that one to myself. But anyway, these two are now clashing with one another. has almost nothing to do with you, except you are those three little bolts. You are the nuts, the screws, and the bolts. Don't ever forget. Also the washer. If you want to go back to sticking your tongue on poles, we can add some type of, infrastructural soundness to make sure that that doesn't happen. You know what I mean? Maybe order wood beams instead, recycled plastic pipes that don't freeze. I don't know. There's ways to be innovative about this, but I feel like these are the small little fires. They're good fires. It's ideas, but it's also ideas that would challenge an entire pack. Got to bring a bigger pack. Feel like this month, I'm just gonna claim this for you for the year. I feel like you are the bigger pack. Shh, don't tell anyone, it's a secret. I feel like you need to be a little bit proud of yourself, and then also just, yeah. This merger didn't happen because you had the fire in your fingers to grasp what was on your mind and make it happen. Jackson, that's exactly what just happened. You took a clip of this and a clip of that, and you overlapped them, and you looked at the alignment of the entire chart. Oh, this is really sweet reading, actually. Oh, look, do not steal. You're like, no, no, swiper, no swiping. Right. We got to think or brainstorm some different ways to make this action happen. This is compulsive feeling, number 21, but it's in the reverse, which is a good thing in this specific card. Only because compulsive is fine, but you can't steal and be like compulsively stealing mentally. It gives bad juju to the entire scenario, which is where the mirroring begins. And that's exactly where sometimes, fire signs get a little fiery. It's just what happens. Oh, a little angry. Yep. Just gonna leave that there with number 36, fulfillment. I don't know if you're actually angry, but I don't feel like you are. This is using your mental prowess to cause other people to think about what it is that they're embarking on, in, with, to, from, fro. Anyway, toodaloo.